Is WWE 2K24 going to be loaded with microtransactions? Welcome to the channel, everybody. Earlier this week, we got a surprise downloadable content pack for WWE 2K23, which includes Bad Bunny from Backlash, as well as an LWO t-shirt, as well as a Bad Bunny Evo card for my faction, and some extra VC. It's been in the topic of discussion for many months now, whether or not WWE 2K should ditch the My Faction because they are locking content behind My Faction mode that you cannot get to unless you play and grind this mode. And then once you get to it, you are not able to use this content in any other mode in WWE 2K23 other than My Faction. This has drawn a debate whether or not My Faction is good for the community or not. So many players in the community have been talking amongst each other and deciding whether or not they would be willing to pay for downloadable content if this was offered in WWE 2K23. Could we get a Big Papa Pump? Could we get a Stunning Steve Austin and just pay for them on the side? The shocking thing is most people said yes, we would rather just pay for this stuff so we can have this unlocked in every single mode in the game. But when WWE 2K released this Bad Bunny pack, this was not a part of the Icon Edition or not a part of the pre-order edition that comes with WWE 2K23. No, this is a standalone surprise downloadable content pack that only includes 4 or 5 items in the pack and only one model that it doesn't even have a new theme song. It's basically just another attire for Bad Bunny. The WWE 2K team is charging a whopping $10 US if you want this pack, which is really steep if you ask me, because $10 for one model that is just an attire and plus a t-shirt that you can use in community creations and some more My Faction stuff that nobody really cares about. It just seems really steep to me. $10 you can pay for an entire pack that you get on the Icon Edition. If you did not purchase that version of the game, you can just download a whole pack for $10 and get about 5 new wrestlers added to your game. So $10 is a bit steep, but I think this is also a step in the right direction. You gotta remember, a lot of games are going to these microtransactions. This could be the future of the WWE 2K franchise. Could we be getting downloadable packs all throughout the year that you could purchase? Though, if they're releasing packs like this at a $10 price tag, it is very expensive if you ask me, and it is not something that I would recommend getting. I've obviously bought in the pack because I create 2K content, but if I had to recommend anybody, I wouldn't buy this pack just because there's just not enough for the money that you're spending on this pack. Also, if for some reason you did not buy WWE 2K23 and you were on the fence about buying WWE 2K23, they now offer a Bad Bunny edition of WWE 2K23, which is above the Icon Edition, and that is going for a whopping $140 brand new. This is a way that they can market the game and keep that money flowing through their systems, because you can purchase WWE 2K23 without any special edition right now for 50% off pretty much anywhere. So let's get to the positives on this. Is it a positive that we could get a WWE 2K microtransaction? Yes and no. Yes, because the game will continue to flow as we get updated superstars throughout the year, or updated attires, or whatever. We will soon start to see new arenas, new everything. The game comes out before WrestleMania 40, so perhaps maybe we can get a WrestleMania 40 arena as a microtransaction later on down the line. This I see as a positive, but if you're going to be charging things like $10 for one item in a pack, I don't think that's such a good idea. It's a little steep if you ask me. If you're going to be charging $4 to $5 for a model and a couple t-shirts on your creation side, maybe even some parts for arena or entrance, move sets, things of that nature, then I will be willing to pay that extra $5 to get such items. But when we're talking about a model that's already in the game and you're just updating hair, you're putting on new clothes and throwing some Adidas shoes on him, I don't really consider this a new model in the game because I feel like I could just download this version of Bad Bunny off the community creations for free. As far as the LWO shirt, it's a little counterproductive when we have a logo uploader, when you can just go and simply download a PNG off of Google and then find your way into the community creations tab and upload your logo on there, and you can create your own LWO shirt. So when it's things of this nature, then I understand the 2K community having issues with a pack like this. But what 2K is doing right now is they're testing the waters. They're testing the waters to see how this pack sells, how people react to it. I think that if you want a good outcome from this experiment, you should probably hit them up at WWE Games on Twitter and tell them, I like where you're going with this, but it's a little too steep of a price tag if you ask me. Maybe they will dumb down the price later on. I don't know why they decided to charge so much for this Bad Bunny pack, but they are definitely testing the waters, as well as trickling in some of that My Faction stuff just to kind of force people's way into that mode. And you're not going to get me, 2K. But for the people that like My Faction, this could be a really good thing for you guys, because My Faction continues to offer microtransactions, and while they continue to offer that, they're going to continue to get your money. You're going to continue to buy your cards. You're going to continue to get nowhere. But if you ask me, microtransactions isn't such a bad thing when it comes to WWE 2K, as long as the price is right. If the price is right and the content is good, why not upgrade my game? I'm okay with an upgrade here and there, especially when it comes to new attires and everything else. I think that this is what the community has been wanting anyway in their game, is just for an updated game as it comes to it. But another thing that the community argues about is if you can do this, if you can put a Bad Bunny upgraded model into the game as DLC, why can't you upgrade things like Cody's music, things like the DX music, certain things in the game that needed upgrade from the beginning? You guys took the time to get our money out of a microtransaction, but now you're facing a little bit of backlash for this, no pun intended. So as the microtransactions continue to flow, like I said, I feel like it could be a good idea. This is definitely an experiment that 2K is trying to see how people react to buying more content throughout the year. This could keep the game upgraded a little bit if they were to continue to pump out content throughout the rest of the year. I would be excited to see how this outcome turns out, but at the same time, it's going to come at a pretty steep price tag, and I'm not really sure I agree with that. Microtransactions are nothing new when it comes to video games. We've had them in Call of Duty, we've had them in Fortnite. Call of Duty alone offers $20 skins, multiple versions of $20 skins that you can buy, and they're simply just one new model in the game, a few gun upgrades, a few camos, things of that nature. So if WWE 2K can get away with just a few different skins, as in alternate attires in WWE, why not? Now don't get me wrong, I don't agree with all of this, but I think that this could be a good thing going forward if the price is right. If the price is right and we can get cheap little upgrades here and there, I think people are going to be willing to pay for it. And I think this is going in the right direction as long as things are not being locked in My Faction mode. So as WWE 2K is testing the waters, what do you guys think? Do you guys like paying the microtransactions? Are you willing to pay a small fee to get an upgraded game throughout the year? Or is this just a no-go for you? Because this is causing quite the controversy online right now, where people are throwing their hands up. They're pretty angry that it's costing this much, or that this pack is even available. But at the same time, there was those same members of the community that were raising their hands and saying, I'll pay for that model as long as you don't lock him behind My Faction. Just put him as a DLC, I'll pay for him. Once again, I think they underestimated what 2K was going for in charging $9.99 for this downloadable content pack. But if the price does go down and it is a little bit less, let me know what you guys think, because I think the future of 2K franchise is going to rely on microtransactions. Guys, if you're liking the content that I'm putting out when it comes to WWE 2K, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.